I know I've said this a couple times already, but really, I get that Queen of Hatred was the more looked forward to one, and for rightful reasons, but God, that Rhodia is quite attractive to me. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we reached the lobotomy court branch, and this time we will be continuing on our way with more Canto 5 shenanigans. Don Quixote had stopped dead in her tracks. She was looking blankly at a section of the wall. See anything interesting, kiddo? Here, in the wall. There is a person in this wall. Maybe it's a sculpture. Is anyone capable of sculpting something so true as life as this? I'll drop everything and plead the artist to take me in as their student. No, are they the people Pilot was looking for? Hark, heed my words! Why the heck would you talk to it? Behold, this man is alive! Oh, it's the worst, the absolute worst, making me real queasy. Hark, my friends, this man is still alive! We must free him from his bond post-haste! Even if we wanted to, it looks like it's a bit late for him. Total disassembly is the only way I ever see getting out of there. Well, by now we should be getting used to these failures. The body is firmly lodged in the walls. No ordinary human strength to separate his body from it. With superhuman strength, you risk tearing the body to several parts. Fie! This is an evil that cannot go unanswered. Impressive. There's no sign of anyone forcing it into the walls. This is quite a natural exhibition, as though this was how it was conceived from the very beginning. I thought it would be different this time. Made a promise, gave our word. Unlike the other sinners, Ishmael didn't even spare a glance at those that were trapped in the walls. The manager staring at them won't magically summon the golden bow to your palms. Say something so we can move on. There's nothing we can do for them, still. And I said repeatedly I don't want to waste time. We don't have to worry about the laws of the lake here, so why don't we make this more leisurely? Sure, look around all you want, but you won't find any survivors here. A testament against that claim is right here! Things aren't really alive, they're only pretending to be. Yet, I recognize these. The ruins left behind by the thing. They leaves nothing unchanged in its wake. You swallow the world in a blink of an eye, but it also spews back out just as quickly. What spews out never comes back right. Isn't it funny? It's gonna spew it out anyway. What's the point of devouring it in the first place? I don't understand. Why does it try to devour everything it comes across? Talking about the same whale you mentioned before? No tales of adventures have I heard of one mention of such a terrifying whale. Is it truly a whale? Why don't you listen when I told you all that you weren't ready? If you did, we could have at least been in the right headspace for the lake, but no. Saying that whale you met devoured this building? Yes. How can you be sure of that? Because this pale ruin is what the whale leaves behind. Everything turns pallid, like this building. A visual on a suspicious individual. Maybe it's an abnormality? We're an lobotomy court branch after all. Yeah, let's just say that's one of the business and chop it down. Wait a minute, that might be a survivor. Didn't you say there won't be any survivors left? Which is it? I did, and that's why it's so incredible. Hey! Ishmael, you shouldn't get so close to. Ishmael strides toward the figure. Maybe she's being mind controlled by an abnormality? No such signs have been detected. There's nothing out of the ordinary in her eyes. The closer Ishmael gets, the more the figure's body is overtaken by the pallid off-white membrane. The voice grows increasingly incoherent. It's impossible. Just now it was talking, like a human. Ishmael. You saw it too! Just now it... Ishmael, you have to get away from... No. This can't be real. If I'd known all my life about this place is... At the Great Lake. Shakespeare hides his emotions. Damn it, Ishmael! I could have asked when the stickers stopped before I realized what I was doing. I was running toward Ishmael. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I might have played a part in driving Ishmael to this point. Dante, you mustn't... Oh. But guilt can sometimes help. The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ishmael. The white membrane covering their face begins to withdraw as though an unforeseen force is peeling it off the skin. The mouth didn't come back. The eyes that looked at us were unmistakably human-shaped. They were blinking. With effort. The membrane is gone? This is... When I approached the damn white membrane, it faded. It appears as though the golden bow is counteracting its effects. Faust approached us. Dante, it appears that the shard of the golden bow lodging to your clock is counteracting the effects of this polidification to a degree. The figure, whose mouth was still wrapped in the pallid membrane, blinks weirdly, as though they could understand what we were saying. Counteracting? What's with the golden bow? American turn back into a human? Is that what you're saying? Did I hear you? Did I get that right, Faust? Well, the theory has not been properly cross-examined. Just tell me if it's possible. The wolf's Kurt. I've never heard such intense desperation in her voice before. Yes. Although it may be limited to mermaids for the whale that presumably devoured the structure. Manager Dante, just what are you? Knowing there was something I could have done. The memories of that day, the nightmare I tried so hard to lock away. They're coming back right before my eyes. I can see them vomiting from that whale, sinking, floating in the briny sea, all of them. Ishmael looked at me with a vacant expression. Hear it too, don't you? You hear how the waves roared that day. Ishmael was right. Emotions of the past began flooding, roaring before me. Ishmael stands alone in a sea of tall, rolling waves. I nodded, carefully. Once, there was a seafarer, a fixer, a sailor, something in that awkward middle ground, which we call whalers. Did you understand? No. Do you see them? See the looks on the face of those who dared wager everything, and those who had nothing left to wager? Whaling ships carry people like them across the waves. So, you've seen it yourself? The whale that devoured this place? The elves we've met so far transformed those that devoured into something completely different. Something utterly unrecognizable from who they were before by rearranging and replacing their whole body. But that whale is different. Those devoured by the pallid whale aren't transformed. They're still themselves, just wrapped in a pallid membrane. I guess it's a stretch to say they're still themselves. Sometimes we trail our ships towards the outskirts. There we see those ships, those false ships. The ships that have turned completely pallid. It's an old wisdom among whalers that those ships must be avoided at all costs. If meant going all the way around the lake they're in. The sailors consumed by that whale retain everything. Their habits, their skills. Because they wander the lake only to attack everything they come across. Captain the Pequod, our ship, she had a mission. To hunt that pallid whale with her own two hands. The entire time we sailed on the Pequod, she sermonized our ears off about what a worthy, honorable mission was to hunt that whale. It was annoying, and we knew that she wasn't exactly all there, but no. Maybe she just knew how to sink the rest of us to the depths of her insanity. Our mission soon became our very own. To hunt that pallid whale became our salvation, our destiny. That captain drove everyone on the ship mad. The time finally came to face that whale, the whale from which all hatred, all evils of the world spout. We were promptly crushed, devoured, reduced to a scattered pile of driftwood. When I came to, floating in the vast coldness of the sea, holding onto my dear life to a piece of driftwood, there was nothing left. Nothing. And when I realized what I was holding onto was a piece of driftwood with the... That's why I can never forgive her. At a certain point, this stopped being a conversation. Ishmael's words grew increasingly aimless, like a vortex of the sea, endlessly whirling in place. Now it was clear what Ishmael's mission was, where the tip of her razor-sharp harpoon aimed. It was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation. An overwhelming tide of hatred and obsession burned fiercely in her direction. I'm going to kill her, with my own two hands. There's no room for realization or reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. I suppose bringing it up that I saw from Ishmael's obsession, a glimpse of her old captain wouldn't do anything to help right now. Even though that captain's still alive, I was desperately hanging to my best mate's coffin, coffin of someone with whom I've shared everything. That's when I, through the tempest, saw the captain. Saw that fucker standing alone, facing down the whales that devoured her ship, laughing mad. Her fiercely loyal crew were floating on the surface of the outskirts sea, powerless to do anything but wait until they too were devoured, but none of that mattered to her. That bastard is alive. She has to be alive still. She has to be. So I have to find her. We have to. Not before we kill the captain. Ishmael. I want to ask which we he was referring to, but I was starting to think that nothing I say would improve anything, if it didn't or bring everything crashing down. It was an imperceptibly light breeze broke through the silence. A solitary butterfly. It moved with a grace tinged with fragility, as though it did not fear the weight of this heavy silence. It took a moment to gently flutter onto a puddle. That is a butterfly. Thinking the ordinary butterfly would wander into a place like this. After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off once again. It's like the butterfly is asking us to follow. An abnormality. Follow us one when they show their ugly mugs. Might be a trap, but we're lost. Don't think with any sense of direction we have at the moment. I'm in agreement. I am also quite intrigued by the butterfly. What do you think they're saying? I've been lending my ear to them, yet none has to reach me. They're speaking in a certain pattern, though I am unable to decipher it. It's a code of sorts, a mix of sound frequencies and encryption patterns. Don Kitchen was at the far back end of the line and looked back at the figure. I suppose it is true that about Manager Esquire there could be no resolution to thy predicament. When I walked away, the pallid membrane grew over the face again, burying it, and began to shamble. Is this that Ishmael said? They now roam the Great Lake, attacking everyone and everything they come across? Not only to their physical selves, but also their sense of self, forgotten deep under the pallid membrane. Again, like, the pros of this Kanto, I would honestly say, I think the pros of Kanto 5 is the best in the entire game. Got the pallid thing pirates. Their skills are all in Morse code. Let me grab what the translation of those are. Just give me a moment. Okay, so adding all of the skills together translates into the Korean for save me. They are having a good time. Okay, so we had a couple more enemies show up. The Thing Pirates skills do translate to save me. The Thing Hooks change to translate to what is that. This is using the Korean Morse code. I don't know exactly what the SKATS stands for. And the mermaids don't seem to translate into anything. In terms of their skill names. I'm willing to be corrected on that, but yeah. There are also two others. Two other politified enemies. Those being the LCSB agents that are that have shields, and some that I don't think they have. I think they have guns, but they don't use them as guns. Gun ones translate to I'm going in, and the shield ones into let's run away. Yeah, the shield ones here. These translate into let's run away. I'm sure we'll see some of the clubbers. Yeah, again, there's multiple different pallid mermaid types, but all of them translate into nonsense. Which, I mean, I guess that kind of checks out. Because, you know, they're... At the very least, the politified enemies are... You know, they're still human enough. But mermaids are very much not human anymore, so... Like, you can maybe theorize that, oh, they're trying to speak, but they're, you know, too far gone that they can't say anything anymore. Like, I mean, maybe that's what they're going for. I can't say for certain. But I do find it really interesting that they do have the politified enemies are, you know, they're established that, hey, they're still kinda human. And we don't exactly, but like, they're trying to say something, but we can't understand them. I mean, obviously you can if you use the Korean Morse code, but still more shield agents. I'm just still talking because I want to show off the club agents that have the different... I have no idea how long this episode will be, but I'm sure it will be a little bit longer than normal, because there is a certain mission that I want to get to, that we'll do next time. And people who know the game will know exactly what I'm talking about. There we go, the Thing Clubs have... Okay, they just have clubs, which translates to I'm going in. Dot 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 dot. The mermaids. I think there's less of them now. Someone stood there waiting for us. Must have arrived much earlier than we have. Quite the arduous journey you've endured. What if we followed Fuller's wing and settled gently into his sloshing head? The figure's voice was clear and precise, unlike that of the mermaids. And not unlike an abnormality. I didn't expect to find any unharmed survivors. Is he a distortion? Oh, Glock, any friends with that bullhead? Distortion, like that Bing Bong's bar and fires earlier from earlier? I see that many of you are rather flummoxed by my appearance. It's but one of the many ways men may choose to understand the journey that is the world. So please, not be so wary. Ah, thy head splishes and splashes so. Under the night sky where the stars have gone out, I await the coming dawn. Call me Rim. We're not here to introduce ourselves, so why don't we cut to the chase? Explain yourself. You must have some reason for coming to this mad mermaid-infested place. You didn't see any other boat other than our own by the docks of the structure, so explain how you... I have no need of ships should I wish to cross the ocean. I'm simply here to have a look at all of you. Ah, we're really starting to put our name out there. You are those who follow the bow's golden ray. Appear to see us know what to look for. About to tell us where the golden bow is? Is it obvious that he stopped pursuing? Yes, indeed I am. Man, I'm really off my game. Seek the bow within the structures to understand the futility of time. I still can't sense the golden bow this deep into the branch. There's truth to what he said. The bow is no longer here. And to where it must be journey. I'm certain you are already aware that there are parties other than your own that are interested in the bows. You have surrendered to one to them after toiling for it, in fact. How do you know that? The whale, once fated to roam the outskirts for all eternity, is now drawn by that same incandescent gilded calling. Saying the whale came from the outskirts all the way to the Great Lake of Eucor for the golden bow? Quite. And saw the structure hold with that delicate bow. The abnormalities here have also left with that magnificent yet fragile whale, drawn to that self-same calling. What you seek is no longer to be found here. Excuse me, why are you sharing this information with us? It matters not who lays claim upon the golden bow or to what end they use it. It's no more than a mere fluttering of its wings. We simply seek to steer the echoes of that fluttering toward a better direction. We? Who are you talking about? We're those who watch all, those who bide the time. Those who will be sovereigns of a star. Yet, we're those who cannot all embody the same star. A red mark briefly flashed on his head. I've seen that mark before. Those who watch, you say. He sounds out a silent glaze in Rim's direction. Rim, have you also watched the breaking of the League, then? Have you any idea what fate has befallen our old fellows? I do, but you have done not but observed. Is he one of your old friends, he sound? A part of my life you have witnessed before. One of those who left when the League of Nine scattered to the winds. You have last uttered to me that you would journey to the ocean yet. Indeed, I was one of them, once. I shall answer your question, Yisang. You ask whether I have done naught but watch. That is a question born of vacuity. For you, the League is dead. Yet for some, its death was just a beginning. I am certain that you are well aware of that yourself. When does something end? When does something begin? The distinction is arbitrary, and signifies not. The shattering of the League was beginning for Brother Yongji as well. I see. You have cast it aside a long, long time ago. My eyes were simply open to the stem of this world. The singular, yet all-important stem. Once your eyes are open to it, everything else becomes as hollow as the fall of wilted petals. I just need to know one thing. If the golden bow is really inside the whale that devoured this place, and the golden bow can really somehow counteract the purification's effects. Ishmael's breathing was quick and light. She couldn't finish her sentence. It can be said that indeed what you believe, what you wish to be true, is correct. See, I hope I've been a useful signpost to you all. Where do you seek to depart yet again? I was once mere pond who only knew where the sea, the rivers, and the city were. Now I seek to reach there with my wings. That is all. Stop her there, you knew too much! Think about to just let you leave just like that? Pity. Try as you might to hold me now, I flow betwixt your fingers. Well then. With that he stepped into the puddle, and disappeared into its depths. So, from the name card that he has, we know that Rim is part of Demian's group. And while Demian do not understand fuck all about, somehow I understand even less about Rim. Rim is based off another one of the members of the League of Nine. Let me grab the name of the actual poet. It's like, I don't fucking understand Rim at all. Kim Kirim who, yeah, was part of that. He did go missing, so, very thinly. So, you know, it's, I don't fucking understand Rim at all. Again, even for Demian standards, I don't fucking understand Rim. Pallid bipedals began to fill the void Rim left behind. It was this influence that kept the mermaids at bay. But why? Only the earth that the primal sense of certain ebbs and flows of energy remained even as their reason eroded. You're saying that he scared him off or something? It's clear on his forehead there was... yeah. The one who bisected Cromer with a flick of his wrist. The one who silently approached me to talk. Remember the one marked with the bright red sign? We don't know too much about the sign as of right now. But what we do know, at the very least, we know that Sinclair has it, and Roja does not. Back in Kanto 2, I believe the cutscene right before the fight with Baba Yaga, Sonia mentions... oh, we also know that Sonia has the sign. Because he mentions that Roja doesn't have it, and she's like, what the fuck does that mean? So, again, we know fuck all about the sign right now. But, right now, we are... The main theory is that it is symbolic of the Mark of Cain, or the sign of Cain. Because British Moon does enjoy their Abrahamic mythology, their Hebrew mythology and whatnot. Mainly Hebrew, but, you know, some Christian in there. I don't think there's too much Islamic mention in PM, but regardless. We think there's the Mark of Cain. We don't know what the implications are. I think Dante would technically have it then, if he can see the sign. But, yeah, we know fuck all about Demian's group. Even into Kanto 8. Like, I am someone who, like, I am prone to accidentally spoiling things with, like, we'll learn about that later. I'm gonna be honest right now, as of time of recording, we know fuck all about Damian and his group. No idea what their deal is. Well, now we know it's a group, at least. But we've also seen that it's a group before. There's a... I forget if it's a pre-release thing. It might actually appear in the quote-unquote OP when it fully plays in How We Live Lament. I think Damian's group shows up there, but I'm not 100% certain on if it's that or if it's a pre-release thing. Like, obviously, you know, the big interest right now is where, you know, what all the Kantos are going to be about, but I'm also really interested in learning what the hell Demian and the Blue Man group are about, because they certainly do a good job of keeping things interesting, because, god, they're mysterious in a way that is kind of frustrating, because it's very obtuse, but also, like, yeah, fair. That's a lot of different types of enemies. Yahoo. If this gets Charon speaking. I said Ron wasn't lying. I don't think there's golden bow here. I don't feel the bow either. Now what will you do? Organic matter other than us in this lobotomy corporation of doubt has been infected. That Rim guy, he's got that mark. He's in cahoots with the flying blue kid from before. Gonna be okay? He did help us at the end of the day. You approached us very quietly. NWCD, what were we supposed to do? I guess so. There's nothing we could have done. Still, I don't think Demian held any animosity against us. Not against you, maybe. You could imagine so many doubtful of that man's intentions. Didn't even share with us what their goals were before fleeing the scene. Was there something about the bullhead? You knew that bloke, didn't you? Rim has changed too much. I cannot begin to even fathom his intentions. Let's get out of here first. It's pretty clear that the Golden Bough isn't here anymore. What fate befalls those who remain? A fate we can do nothing about. I'm well aware, yet thank God I understand how you feel. Sometimes you just gotta learn to let go. If there's anything I've learned from my life, is that some things are too far gone to be helped. Very well, Sir Heathcliff. Count Nancy Heath. You know you knew how to comfort someone like that. I wasn't gonna sell that last gloom. With the pallid mermaid's unintelligible signals echoing us futilely as I leave the Court branch. I would likely never understand them. And the mission I'm thinking of is the next one up, but just in terms of narrative, I think it's fine if we end one early. So next time, we'll see what these harpoons are about. But until then, see you guys later.